This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back, and Kyle is visiting with Kurt Blades from the Association of Equipment Manufacturers.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer. I'm visiting with Kurt Blades. He's with the Association for Equipment Manufacturers. Let's start with that, though, Kurt. What is the Association for Equipment Manufacturers, and is it all equipment, just large equipment, just agriculture?
Well, the Association of Equipment Manufacturers, we've been around for about 125 years, just over 125 years. We represent off-road equipment, so 5 sectors: ag, forestry, construction, mining, and utilities. And if you think of off-road equipment, it's tractors, combines, bulldozers, cranes, excavators, that types of equipment. And we have about 1,000 members, ranging in size from as big as Caterpillar and John Deere to as small as some of maybe a short line manufacturer or even a component or electronics manufacturer.
So why was your organization organized all those years ago?
Well, funny story. We were organized 125 years ago to address 3 key issues: infrastructure, workforce development, and the safety of our operators. Well, if you think back 125 years ago, the equipment that you see here at Commodity Classic, it was just a glimmer in the eyes of those folks that would have been at a gathering like this 125 years ago. But our issues today, I mean, we're on the forefront of the really cutting edge issues that farmers are dealing with, whether it's compatibility of different colors of machines, the electronics around those different colors of machines. We talk about our advocacy efforts. It's all about making sure that we got rural broadband and good roads and good infrastructure in place for those farmers to be able to take advantage of some of that good technology. We talk about the safety efforts. It's a completely different story from, worrying about the horsepower to the serious horsepower of some of these tractors, just to make sure that it's all within compliance, it's all within, safe operation, that where everybody goes home tonight to their loved ones.
Now, are you a North American organization or worldwide?
So AEM is based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We represent North America, but we also are a bit of a global organization or a multinational organization, and that most of our members have a global presence. And so our job is to really look out for the interest of the North America equipment manufacturers all around the world, making sure that they have the ability to sell their equipment in different markets around the world, both from a trading standpoint, but also from a non-tariff trade barrier standpoint, such as safety regulations or environmental regulations, making sure that our equipment is up to speed to be able to sell a John Deere tractor or an AGCO combine in Europe, making sure that we're in line with those same standards.
You bring up a great point. Most everybody wants those other markets, and also what affects them I'll just pick on Italy. The affects them on Italy may end up affecting them in other places, so it's good to share that information.
Absolutely. When we talk about our standards work that we do for all of the sectors that we represent, we recognize we're in a global world. So we really do our best to look at where are the standards being developed, because our best situation is we do one standard for the whole world. That's what we always try to go for. So do it once, do it right, do it globally is sort of our motto as it relates to that standards work. But in some cases, we might need a different one here in the United States, because agriculture in the United States looks a whole lot different than it does in Europe, looks a whole lot different in Brazil than it does in Australia. So we want to make sure that it's correct for the markets, but whenever possible, we want to make sure that there's a global standard, so our manufacturers and all of the whole industries really only having to create one piece of equipment.
I was thought about it as you were talking. I thought about all those things were big iron, but when you talk about those standards, a lot of those standards would involve electronics as well.
You bet. And as you walk around here at Commodity Classic, there's a whole lot of new technology on display. And our job as the association, and this is kind of our job to get all of those members to work together to make sure that their pieces of equipment can work together as best possible, so that farmer can find that best solution that makes sense for their farm. In some cases, it may be all one brand. In some cases, it may be a mixture of brands. Our job is to make sure that those pieces of equipment can work together as seamlessly as possible, that provide that productivity that the farmer's looking for.
We're visiting with Kurt Blades. He's with the Association for Equipment Manufacturers. This is Kyle Bauer reporting.
Thanks, Kyle. Come back after the break for the Kansas Farm Bureau update.